Welcome to episode 9. Holy shit.
Welcome to episode 9. Welcome to episode 9 of what?
Of the Lad and Dad podcast.
Yeah.
There's 9 episodes.
I know. 9.
That's
That's my that's my languages. That's what I've been learning with my home education.
Okay. So what's new with you? I should know this because I'm
me?
your dad, but
I don't know. Not really anything.
got yourself a new girlfriend. Ooh. Such a dad thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, we should have said this last week, but we've done a camp show.
Yeah. I wrestled on a camp show. I'm gonna completely butt myself. Why am I saying butt myself? It's a podcast. I'm getting him to do the editing. Insert a clip of me getting chopped by Damien Valentine because it's very funny. AJ.
Yeah, you got leathered.
Yes.
I'll put in the picture as well.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Afterwards.
I'll see if I can send you that.
And I ended up having to do a little wrestle there because a bit of a miscommunication. Blame your mum.
I didn't watch that. I was at Kayfabe Guys. I was preparing for my next match.
And then what's new is your mum's done some roller coasters.
I wasn't there. So
yeah, I know you wasn't.
You can talk about Alton
But
Towers.
you know that she didn't like them.
Yeah.
She was always against theme parks and fun fairs and all the other stuff.
She's against fun. She's a horrible woman. She's going to slap me for that.
She may as well be German. Is that cancelable? Oh, no.
She may as well be Janine. There you go. She's getting mentioned.
Janine likes roller coasters.
Does she?
Yeah, I went to Alton Towers with Janine.
Oh, that doesn't shock me, actually.
Yeah, she was fine with them. But your mum, up until last year when you and Madison didn't like going on roller coasters.
I have an excuse. I'm autistic.
That's not your excuse for everything.
That's
just a pussy.
That's a very good excuse, actually.
But yeah, she went on all of them. We didn't have to queue at all. And do
you know what?
We actually went on 13 straight after itself, like twice.
13's good.
Yeah, you went on that one.
Yeah. Thing is, though, going on a bit of a tangent, because I've just reminded myself, one of my favourite things ever is one of the clips we put out there. I think it was on TikTok, right? It said, "Oh, I don't like food. I'm a bit autistic." And the comment said, "Oh, that's the narrative of Gen Z these days. Is saying they're autistic. A, I'm not Gen Z. B, I am autistic." So
spend a day with him, you'll soon know. Try going to a restaurant with him, you'll soon know.
Yeah.
So there's been some matches announced for the next show. This is where you're going to have to get your phone out because I haven't actually seen any of them.
You think I watched the product, brother?
Well, I do know one, which is... oh, God, has that been announced? Yeah, it has. Jason Morgan and Damien Valentine.
Yes, it has been announced. That should be a good one. I hope he chops him like he chopped me. That'd be fun.
They're going to chop the piss out of each other.
That'd be...
And
told me to lower the swearing, by the way. And I'm not going to repeat the words he's saying because I'll get told off. But timestamp him in the comments. Interaction. So, most recently announced, just 2 hours ago at time of filming, Malika versus Kaya. That should be good.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I saw that as training finished. So, I know Malika had really looked up to Kaya when they were younger, and she's quite nervous about working with her because she's looked up to her.
How does that make you feel, knowing that your daughter, who's been in the business like 7 years, has more admirers than you?
And then Kaya said she wants to elevate her, so by that she means beat her up.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. We've
got a triple threat for the Fight Factory Wrestling Anarchy Championship that today's guest will love to referee. I'm saying that, he has to now. HMD is the champion versus Visage and Jack Knudsen.
That'll be a good one.
That should be a very good one.
Yeah, they're all really talented and very different styles. So
I'd say Visage and Knudsen are quite, not similar, but in the same field. And then there's HMD, who's in a league of his own when it comes to fighting styles, I think.
Well, they've all bring intensity.
Oh, yeah.
But I think their styles are very different. I mean, Visage is big.
Yeah, it's very tall.
Knudsen's ridiculously good with his technical wrestling, which he doesn't like it being called technical wrestling, so I'm going to keep calling it technical wrestling.
Technical wrestling. Techers, baby. Rogan versus Harry Johnson,
which was announced last week.
Announced on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you've told me previously. I hope he beats the ever living shit out of him.
What, you want Harry to beat Rogan?
No, Rogan.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And then Damian Valentine versus Jason Morgan, I believe, was the first match announced for
Yeah. I
Book
think
of
that's
Morgan.
it so far.
Yes.
I know your mum has overbooked the show, so...
When doesn't she? That's the real question. She always causes problems for herself. Saturday, 28th of June at the 1NK Leisure Centre. Get tickets in
Where
the
from?
link in the description from fightfactorywrestling.com.
There you go.
Is
Yeah.
it Fight Factory Wrestling UK or fightfactorywrestling.com full stop?
And who gets discounts?
Not a fucking clue.
So, Blue Light,
Yeah.
I
I don't know why I'm saying yeah, like I know.
military and military veterans,
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln City season ticket holders
That's a
for
good one.
last season and the upcoming season. So if you can prove you've got a ticket,
That's good.
you
imps.
I think that's it. I could be wrong. So
Checking the
ticket
link in the
links.
description.
Yeah, checking ticket links. I haven't got
We're
a clue.
good at this. We're 9 episodes in. We think we'd nail that by now.
Yeah,
But
you would. Yeah.
yeah.
So we're going to keep this in one long roll here. We're not going to cut and be wearing different clothes or anything like that. Because our guest here with us now, he's our senior referee. He looks like he's from Danger Mouse.
It's so quick to get that in.
Mint cartoon, by the way.
Could not help it. Mr. Danny Marks, or as you call him.
Daniel.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. This is this is nice. Isn't it? It's a bit weird. I'm not used to
So used to
doing
Zoom
all
calls,
this.
aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Doing this kind of thing in person. It's nice.
I think it's
Nice.
so much easier to just have a chat in person. as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Yeah.
exactly it. And I think that's I've listened to or watched all of the episodes kind of before this, and I think that's one of the things I like about it is the fact that it's so kind of relaxed and it's quite. It feels like it's a chat rather than a
Yeah.
I think
podcast.
I think when it's over Zoom or over FaceTime, it feels like more
A job interview
businessy.
during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that.
I was like 9 to 11 during COVID.
Yeah.
Shut up,
the
Lion.
fuck up. No, it is. I think I hate calling it interviews, even though like it kind of
Technically,
isn't it? That's what a podcast is. But it is just chats.
Yeah.
As long as we're not sports pundits, I don't care. Fuck pundits.
Any pundits.
All
So
of them.
yeah, it's just a chat really, and for people to get to know the man behind the well, it's not stripes anymore, is it?
No, not anymore. Not
'Cause
Fight Factory. Yeah.
You brought in uniform.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uniform referee shirts.
That's it. Yeah.
So the ref shirts, all right, they're like so much more comfortable than the stripy one I've got.
They're
but
nice,
you
aren't
brought
they?
them in, and then I decided, you know what, I might wrestle like 3 shows afterwards.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, they are very, very good.
They're comfortable compared to some of the others. Yeah, they're good. They are good.
We'll get into the refereeing in a bit, but normally we just start with where you say you've watched it, so a bit about you.
Yeah.
So anything you're happy to share with listeners and viewers and.
Yeah, no worries. So hello everyone. I'm Dan, otherwise known as Danny Marks.
Otherwise known as Daniel.
Otherwise known as Daniel to you, I am. Yeah. I've been refereeing now for just over 3 years, which is mad, absolutely
Over
mad
3
to think.
years?
Yeah. But it feels like longer. I can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like a lot longer than that. But yeah, been refereeing now for 3 years. I am married with a little lad. Separately, I'm married and I've got a little lad. Just
British wrestling
careful,
spikes
yeah.
again.
I've
Add that to the TikTok.
yeah. only amount of time before I put my foot in it, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know what else to. I'm a bit of an open book. I'm a big football fan. I'm a Leicester City fan.
Boo.
What was that for? Do you not think
No,
we've got
because back in the day, Lincoln City security and stewards used to have to get the Leicester City jackets
Oh, because
when
the
they changed it.
LCSC.
Yeah. So 'cause
okay.
Lincoln was so broke. So
Fair enough. Well,
we should be
you're
saying
welcome.
yay, thank you.
You're welcome. We've had a bad enough season. Let's not go on there.
To be fair, the end of the season's been all right. for Leicester. You put on a decent string of games.
The last couple were okay, but yeah, not a brilliant season in totality.
Got relegated, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks. And I
Not
can't-
even Lincoln did
can't see
that.
us
And we're
getting back.
shit.
But at least they get at least the supporters get a discount off tickets.
Yeah, there's a reason they Lincoln fans need something to cheer about. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
Come
the odd
see
game.
some graps, dude.
I'm a big American football fan as well. I love the Miami Dolphins. I've been following American football for 20 odd years. Love my music. Play bass. I've played bass in bands and stuff before I got into wrestling.
Big dirty stinking bass.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm a bit of an open book. So
what got you into American football?
do you know? So I used to. So when I was little, my dad had. I think my dad used to watch it. I know he's seen watching it, but I think he did used to watch it. He used to have Madden on the Game Boy, and I used to take it and play it when I was 7, 8 years old, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just playing around
Pushing
on the,
buttons.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Sounds and
I was
colours.
just playing on.
I know how
on
to play video games like that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You should see him play FIFA.
And I was always, I don't know why, but I was always, when I did that, I was always the Miami Dolphins. So I kind of always sort of stuck with them. And then I don't know when it was about 2000, 2001. I'm an old man. I'm 39 years old.
All right, calm down.
about 2000, I was kind of, I kind of got interested in it. And I wanted to get into it, and I just thought, well, you know what, I'll see what I can learn. Started following the Miami Dolphins, learnt the rules, played it when I was at university. Played in my university team for a bit. Used to do an American football podcast years
I was going to
ago.
ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do an American football podcast.
Didn't you get offered to play American football?
Yeah. So when I was working on the nightclub doors,
Yeah,
someone from the uni was going around trying to get the bouncers to play football because they had nobody,
Yeah.
and they were giving degrees away for it. So, but I was partaking in other things that
yeah,
didn't coincide with doing
didn't
too
yeah.
much in real life.
Fair enough.
But we don't need to talk about
Unless it's from the longest yard, then that's...
it. Yeah. So yeah, Dolphins. Actually, that's the first American football team that I watched on TV.
It's the first American team. A lot of people watch American football team. A lot of people watch because especially in sort of 90s. Yeah, they were
Dan Marino. Was
massive.
it?
Yeah. Dan Marino, quarterback.
I used to have the shirt. Well, my dad had the shirt, and I stole it off him.
Yeah,
I have tried to get into American football so many times. Like every year when the Super Bowl rolls down,
yeah.
I'll see, because I'll normally be at my opa's convenient time, and he has Sky Sports, so I'll always be flicking through and I'll see, the pre-show's on. So, you know what, I'll check in half an hour. Oh, the pre-show's still on. Checking in another hour. Oh, the pre-show is still on.
I feel like you kind of have to really want to get into it to get into American football.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rules. If you just watch it and hope to kind of
And the thing
hope
is,
to absorb it, it's
I don't
tough.
think you can have your first game as American football be the Super Bowl either.
No, I think you can.
I think you can.
I
Yeah, I
don't,
think that's
with
how
the
a lot of
amount
people
of
get into
adverts,
it. Yeah.
though.
No, but a lot of people get into it like that.
Yeah, they do.
In England,
Yeah, well, in England, because that's the international game. But I think I'd need to stumble across just a random game during the season to get
you'd
into
probably
it.
for you, you'd probably want to get into like college football. I'd imagine 'cause
College
there's
football.
less TV breaks, right?
I don't know. Even I'm not into college football. That's
There's not many things that I envy about America, but college football fans.
It's
They are
all their
good.
sports.
Yeah,
All
they
their
are
sports
good.
Like that.
and they
Well,
get bigger crowds than some of the college football games get bigger crowds than the main
They've got,
NFL games.
They've got like Wembley-sized
Yeah,
stadiums for just colleges and
Yep.
were they called universities over there?
Yeah, do you know what I had? We had a little hill with about 6
Yeah.
people stood on it.
Like
Yeah.
In
imagine
the cold.
not even like university football, but imagine if academy football
Yeah.
had American football crowds.
Imagine if like lower league football, had
Yeah.
them sort of crowds.
Low league football gets decent attendances. I mean, Lincoln is shit, and we average like
Yeah, Lincoln get
11,
a good
10,000.
average, but there's other teams that are lower
Yeah.
league that don't.
Who wants to go watch Fleetwood though? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, good point.
if you live in Fleetwood, the last thing you want to do is depress yourself more by going and watching shit football.
Yeah, good point. No, American football's a completely different world, and I think a big part of it is the the pre-show, not TV pre-show, but they do the, what do they call them, tailgate parties.
Tailgating, yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah,
that's a massive part of it.
it's
isn't it?
huge. Yeah. I went over to America with my dad in 2008, I think it was, and we saw.
Year before I was born.
Yeah, all right, thanks. We saw
17 years ago.
We saw 2 games in 2 weekends. We went to Chicago to see a game one weekend, and the next week we went to Miami, and we tried to kind of do the tailgating bits. There wasn't that much in Chicago, but yeah, in Miami there was
You
loads.
get the weather there. Don't
Yeah,
you?
and they're just like it's
Isn't it just a
everyone's
massive barbecue?
Yeah,
Stuff like
pretty
that?
much.
Everyone's doing barbecues.
Pretty much.
And it's fans mingling, right?
completely, yeah. So you can, like, we just turned up and just had a wander through, and people were giving you a beer and asking if you want a hot dog and stuff. Especially when they hear the British accent, it blows them away that you've come over from England to come and watch American football games. It's they can't get their head around it. I was in a bar with we were watching Monday Night Football in a hotel bar, and someone's going. I remember them going, "Oh yeah, we tried to get over to see the Premier League games. We want to go and see Fulham." and it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
What's
good.
the
It shouldn't be
story?
too difficult.
Do you know, I saw an American fan on TikTok who supports Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
How, as an American, do you fall in love with Crystal Palace? They've got recent success, but this guy's been supporting Crystal Palace for decades.
Yeah, but you have Americans following all teams,
Yeah.
don't they? Like, as soon as they get into
Yeah.
our football,
Yeah.
it's... I
There's a
think they
bunch
kind of
of-
pick a team, don't they?
yeah.
It's not...
It's same the other way around. When like there's some teams that never get any success. They're always a bit rubbish, and they've still got loads of fans over here.
Yeah.
Of American football teams. So
So I don't...
It happens both
Again, I
ways.
tried to keep up with it when I was in my teenage years, but I don't follow any American football. And I'd love to. I'd love to have the time to do it, to watch the games and everything. But I still like the Raiders because their shirts were always cool
Yeah.
as fuck.
yeah, black and silver.
And then my family in Florida, they were all for the Bucks.
Yeah,
So again, their shirts were pretty
Yeah,
cool
they're
as
pretty
well.
cool.
I assume they still look similar.
yeah. They don't change that much.
Yeah. But yeah,
I really want to like basketball as a sport. I mean,
I love basketball.
I've
tried-
ended up with a bunch of assortment of Chicago Bulls stuff somehow.
That's because as a teenager,
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman was my favourite
Yeah.
player.
but
And
they
I
just
got
looks.
loads of stuff.
It just looks so cool. Just the logo.
I've
Like,
still got a shirt from when I was a
the-
teenager that
the
didn't-
red and
it was
black.
too big then, and now
Yeah.
it fits.
yeah, the red and black. It's one of them sports where it's like wrestling, where I've kind of been dropped in deep end of wrestling, so I'm willing to stay up till 1 a.m. to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown because it's all over in America. Basketball is on so late, and it's so limited over here. Surprisingly, it's really difficult to find just a random game of basketball during the season.
Yeah.
Unless it's the finals, it's just not televised.
We get it during the American football season now. Sky have a channel.
Yeah.
They have Sky Sports NFL,
Yeah.
don't they? So that makes it a lot easier. And then there's things like the Zone have it now, but it used to be NFL Game Pass, where you basically pay £100 a year and you watch any game, every single
Yeah,
game. And you can watch, and they do condensed games as well, so they condense it down to like 40 minutes. So you haven't got to sit there and watch 3.5 hours worth of football.
Yeah.
Apple TV have started doing that for
Yeah.
the MLS.
Yeah.
Which I saw, and definitely just because Messi signed for Miami or Inter.
Oh, yeah,
Miami,
100%.
as they call it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why there's all the coverage now. But you can
Yeah.
just watch MLS, which is weird because you'd think basketball's so much bigger in America than soccer. Wankers.
Bass. What sort of music?
Oh,
I
I've,
don't
sort of
need no
band?
speaking.
I've got so I've been in all sorts of bands. So I've been in the last band I was in was a sort of covers, was a covers band. We used to play to pissed people, and we'd dress up. We were 80s styled covers band. I used to wear like a long blonde wig,
Are you sure that wasn't your actual
bandana,
hair?
bandana, like vest tops and lycra trousers. So similar to the wrestling, but yeah, no. So yeah, I was in that was a covers band. We used to play
I dated
for.
to dress like that to referee one show.
Book it.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that.
We can make that work.
I don't know where my gear is. That's
Flex took control of
it's
a
all
show
gone now.
once. He can do it again. Change the uniform.
But yeah, so that was a covers band, and we used to play all manner of stuff for drunk people. Anything that would go down with drunk people. we'd play it. It was
I think
it was great.
most things go down with drunk people.
Pretty
Oh
much.
no, you can play some stinkers that empty a bar.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything music wise?
No,
No.
I tried to learn the bass, and
Yeah.
I bought a bass,
Bass,
and then I was
bass,
like,
bass.
I can't do that. I bought a guitar because it looked really cool. Couldn't play that. Then I bought a drum kit,
Yeah.
and I started to hit the drums, but couldn't play that.
I can't control my hands and my feet at the same time. I can never do drums.
Yeah, I couldn't do any of it.
Yeah.
I did drums in primary
Primary.
school, and then I think a bit of early secondary.
Yeah.
So I got all right at it, but I just can't be asked too loud.
Yeah, my parents hated it, and then my guitar was a BC Rich Warlock. So if you don't know
That
what that is,
means nothing.
I'll
to
try
me.
and
It
insert
doesn't mean a lot to me, to be honest. but
It was the same as Mick played in Slipknot.
oh, okay.
So a really nice bit of kit. And I didn't know how to play it, and we're not much better off now, but we were piss broke.
Yeah.
And Becca's like, look, you can't play it, it's taking up room, and she just sold it to cash converters. I think we got 50 quid for it. I was right gutted. It was
I bet.
enough. I needed, actually, she told me to sell it. She sold the bass. She told me to sell the guitar because I needed to get a train and didn't have any money. So, yeah.
I like the idea of electric guitar,
Yeah.
but I'm not coordinated enough to learn electric guitar. And also, it hurts your fingers too much.
What sort of music do you like, then?
All sorts. So my favourite kind of stuff.
I haven't heard of that band. Wait.
stuff. So I listen to a lot of. So on the way up here, I was listening to Bruce Springsteen. I like a lot of Britpop and indie stuff. So Shed 7, Blue Tones, all that kind of thing. But I'll listen to a bit of anything. I'm quite easy. I'm not anything, but anything kind of rocky indie stuff. Yeah, I love it.
In the comments now, because this is obviously live, Corey's just asked if you like Katy Perry.
Did it?
I love Katy Perry.
Not a big fan.
Why does everyone hate Katy Perry? What?
Do you know, I don't even know, like, I don't think I could name a song.
No.
I know Firework, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that, because that's in the movie. The Dictator.
I've never seen that. I've never watched Dictator.
What's
I know. I
that?
remember it being coming out. And
Get in the bin.
I know. I remember it coming out, and I remember thinking I need to go and see that, and I've never watched it. So.
Oh my days! You
The
need to watch
Dictator,
it.
is
It's
that
on-
the one where they
it's on
go
Netflix.
to interview
Is it?
Kim Jong-un?
Yeah,
That incredible movie.
Yeah.
it's on Netflix. Watch it.
Okay.
You have to watch it. Don't play your Switch when you get it. Get home and watch that movie.
Yeah.
I'm really like, this can get cut out in post. I'm really trying to keep myself together and not just go,
Cut.
yeah,
Yeah, he said something appropriate, and that's why we've skipped to this.
camera glitch.
Yeah, I'm not blaming the camera. The cameras haven't gone wrong yet. Or I haven't done anything wrong on them. Talking movies though, what sort of movies do you like?
I like a comedy. So Shaun of the Dead is
Yes.
probably
Brilliant.
is one of my favourites. I love The Big Lebowski.
Yes,
That is probably my favourite film.
I think that came out when I was in Florida.
Yeah.
I think.
I love that film. I've watched it countless times. I've watched The Big Lebowski. I love it. It's become a bit of a tradition. Whenever I fly anywhere, when I go on holiday, I always watch it on the plane. I don't know why, but yeah, I love that film. I always have. I really like it. But yeah, anything kind of comedy stuff. Yeah,
Somewhat easy to switch the brain.
yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm not into. I know you like all your horror and stuff, but I can't.
Nah.
Do you know, I'm not a massive fan. I
You're
like
not?
horror.
Yeah,
But I think a lot of it is just so predictable, and I think sometimes that's good in a movie. The
Yeah.
same as in wrestling, a bit of predictability is good.
yeah,
There was a group of horror movies that kind of brought me back into them, but I think most of the time, if we looked at my Netflix history, most of the movies are comedy.
yeah,
To be honest, or true life.
yeah.
I
yeah.
can appreciate a horror movie where it's not just blood and guts
Yeah.
for the sake of it, where it's actually like well made. Like a lot of horror movies are just stab, 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 stab,
Shock
stab.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, what's the point?
Yeah, some are right. I don't mind. I really like the early Saw films.
Yes.
Really like them. I haven't seen a lot of the,
But isn't
the sort
a
of
lot
newer
of
ones.
isn't a lot of Saw just stab, stab,
Yeah,
stab.
it is. Yeah,
It's just
Yeah,
like,
but
But there's a lot of
first few, it was different, wasn't it?
It was,
and
yeah.
the same as Final Destination, it was different.
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
seems like they became again just a bit of
Shock
gore for the sake
value,
of
yeah.
gore.
yeah,
And again, like I've watched most of them, but the first few, same with Scream. You know, like it hadn't. Scream was groundbreaking to me. I think we spoke about these last week actually, but yeah, for the majority, like that. And again, it's most of them. 1 and 2 are good, and then the rest just seem to be like
yeah.
I think
make
that's
as
with
much money out
any
of the
movie
franchise.
though. There's very few movies which have a good 3.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. I took in the early days of me and my wife. I took her to see one of the Saw films, not knowing that she absolutely hated horror films and that kind of thing. She couldn't stand it. She nearly left.
Speaking of comedies, This My Wife.
Yeah,
Great film, by the way.
that is a good film. It's funny. I went to see that when I was at uni. I remember that.
Great success.
He made me watch that one, and it's the best thing he's ever done for me.
Oh, brilliant.
it's up there.
We don't want to go too much into every other podcast, what got you into wrestling or anything like that, but I think there is a question that's going to ask that, just so you're prepared for it.
Okay, cool.
I just clicked my thumb really loud and it hurt.
Brilliant.
Relevant, I know.
We're going to go into the food side of things now, because that's a big part of my life.
Don't be insulted. We do it to everyone, I promise.
So, your Tesco meal deal.
I've thought long and hard about this because I knew this was coming. So I like this. Is going to make me sound like a right wanker. This I like the.
What won't we?
You know they've started doing the Yo Sushi salmon poke bowls.
You've lost me at sushi, mate.
The Yo Sushi salmon poke bowls are amazing. They've started putting them in the meal deal now. They're fantastic. So I if I could choose anything, that if it's a sandwich, then I'm probably going for like probably a New York deli type one, like the
expensive ones.
like beef. Yeah, the ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you get anything other than a meal deal, anything other than, wow, okay, never mind. Anything
switch
other
your
than a
mic off.
sandwich in a meal deal, what are you doing?
what?
Utter
There's nothing
woke.
wrong with that.
I'm all
Utter
for
woke nonsense.
I'm all for the Pokeball.
Poke bowls, they're brilliant. They're really good.
That's what you catch Pokemon with, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. They then side I usually have. I'll either have pickled onion monster munch, or prawn cocktail, just standard prawn cocktail, or I'll have the egg protein pot, and then drink Dr Pepper. Dr Pepper Zero
Yes.
usually.
Love Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I can.
You're not keen?
No, it's all right. I don't know. It's one of them I can hit or miss.
Yeah.
But the
Dr. Pepper chili heatwave Doritos. Incredible.
I'd rather like the Thai sweet chili sensations. You know them ones.
Do you know what? Never
You don't-
had sensations.
You don't see them that often anymore.
I think they're the ones your mum like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
When it comes to crisps, it's very same, but chili heatwave Doritos are the best Doritos.
Doritos when you're high are good. I'm not really a crisp person.
No.
I had a bag yesterday because it was cheat day, and we were in Alton Towers.
What did you have?
Pickled onion monster munch.
Good choice.
But they're the only ones where I'm like, oh, they're
Do you,
different, aren't
tell
they?
a lie though, because you're big into them flavoured Watsits.
Oh no, I did like them. The
Prawn cocktail
prawn
Watsits.
cocktail
Oh, yeah,
Watsits
yeah, I
and
did
the
have them.
spicy ones.
Yeah.
You were huge into
Yeah, the
them.
spicy one's really good.
Yeah, I got them not being high as well, and they were decent. And then there's some American ones that are ridiculously bad for you.
The spicy ones.
The tacky, I think.
No.
Takis.
They're
Takis are nice though.
They're just like the Watsit ones, big fat Watsits.
You get them from the American
my
sweet
God.
shop in.
Are they like
Watside.
Carolina Reaper
Something like that. Yeah.
puffed crisps?
Okay.
And Madison saw them at a petrol station when we were doing a camp show, and she was like, "Oh, Dad, pick them up."
Yeah.
So I picked them up and I tried one. Oh no, Kieran got me in first, didn't he?
Yes.
And I tried them, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Then Madison.
I swear he
asked
got
for
you
them.
them and you left them for ages.
I got them
so-
for Madison, left them, and I was like, "Madison, I'm only gonna have one or two. You're only gonna have one or two because they're ridiculously bad for you."
Yeah.
And between the petrol station and the camp, we'd smashed the
The
entire
bag's gone.
bag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
The summit that Americans put in their food that just make you want to smash through it, don't they?
yeah, and then cause treatments for diseases because they're really bad.
The
for
more
you.
cancer it gives you, the better it tastes. I tell you that. Grape Fanta,
Ridiculous.
American grape Fanta. Oh, it's good. It's horrible for you, but it's
There was,
good.
No, I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh,
American
it's-
grape
is
Fanta.
it
good?
It's
Magical.
another level. Yeah.
Okay.
Not don't get grape Fanta. Don't get grape anything as long as it isn't American.
The what's the one I like? That American soda.
The grape soda they do at Hickory's.
No. The
That's good.
Big Red.
Big Red.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
But
Is
then I
that-
read something about they make a chewing gum. It's the chewing gum.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
the
when I was
like the
wrestling.
cinnamony one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they make a drink that is so good and it's so high in sugar, it's ridiculous. But I read something about some of the additives they put in the Jolly Ranchers and the drinks, and it's literally the research is saying that the cancer rates
All
in it are
carcinogenic, yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
But yet they're allowed to do it. Yeah.
I can't say
Again, we
anything.
refer back to the Nathan podcast with food industry doing shit like that. Never.
Yeah.
I'd smash a bag of Jolly Ranchers. I don't care.
I think
They're
in
great.
small levels
Yeah.
you're probably all right. It's the
Small
way it's
levels
sold to Americans,
means
isn't
the
it?
entire bag.
Yeah, but Americans like it's all the time, isn't it? Not all Americans, obviously. We can't.
Yeah. Let's not tie the whole of
No,
America with
we're not saying that. We're saying that everything they eat has it in.
Yeah. There's a heaven.
There was a massive thing about their fruit on TikTok where some video of an American going shopping went viral and a bunch of British people looking at the fruit like, what is that?
It's the same with a
You
lot
see
of
how
their meat as well.
you see how
Yeah.
like white the strawberries are in America on the inside. It's ridiculous. I'll try to find a video of it and just show you it.
Well, you can show us after because that'll be
Yeah.
boring. People
Yeah.
listening and
Yeah.
watching,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
I can imagine, yeah.
What was the other one? Because I've deleted it off here. I've just realised it's gone. McDonald's meal of choice when we're on the road.
McDonald's meal of choice. Probably a double quarter pounder
Yep. Made
meal.
autistic.
Not a fan.
I just don't like McDonald's really.
I do. Yeah.
He
I
asks
ju-
this question, and then every time the most normal answer gets given is like, "No, don't like it.
No, it's
Don't like it."
Yeah.
Do I look
Do you know
bothered?
what I had today? Today actually, at lunchtime. Sorry, Joe, if you're watching this. Lunchtime today, I had a bit of a cheat. I just fancied. I haven't had one in years and years. I had a Burger King, and it was bloody lovely. I
God, I was expecting something way worse
no.
than the
I
Burger
had
King after
just
all
a
that
just a
build-up.
Burger King. Sorry, just a simple. I just had a what did I have? Double Whopper with bacon and cheese, and it was really good. I was really like I haven't had a Burger King in a long time because McDonald's is the go-to usually, isn't it?
Burger King's well spenny though, isn't it?
It's a bit more spenny than McDonald's. Yeah.
it's all gone up a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's all expensive.
Yeah,
for
Mackey's
what,
is-
for what you get.
Yeah, Mackey's ain't cheap anymore.
Wendy's is all right, but you don't really see them as like just drive through on the road.
I've
do
never
you?
had a Wendy's.
You never ever went.
I don't
There's
think
one
there's one in Leicester.
There's one in town in Lincoln, so next time you're down, get one.
I've seen Vaughan wandering in with.
All he does.
I've seen him wandering into shows on show day with
Yeah, he's
bags of Wendy's.
It's very good.
So I
And
assume
it's
there's
also
one in
it's
Lincoln.
not too bad price. I mean, compared to everything else, like a tenner for a
Yeah.
large
Well,
meal.
what got me talking of burger meals
Yeah.
is Alton Towers. It used to be about the same price as a Burger King for the I don't know what they call it, their equivalent of
Yeah.
Burger King near the Sky,
Yeah.
thing, near 13 and all that. It was about the same price as Burger King. So again, I'd prepared to just eat everything yesterday, off nutrition because again, I'm trying to get back on plan, which is ridiculous considering I can't do anything. So yeah, I said to Becca, right, let's just eat here because it's quick. We don't need to go to one of the restaurants. And again, I don't know what they sell.
Yeah.
You just want to eat, get out, and get on more roller coasters, more attractions and stuff. And we went to the machine because it's all machine thing now. Price on it, 20 quid a meal for a burger, chips, and a drink. We spent 20 quid on the drink for all you can drink drinks, and again, we topped that up a lot to get
I
our
bet.
value. We literally pissed in every toilet twice. We
Yeah.
drank so much just to get our money's worth. But yeah, 20 quid for a burger, fries, and a drink.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get away with that at theme parks. I mean, I don't.
They've got a captive audience, haven't they?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think they should because you're having to pay for the getting in. Then
Yeah,
you
but
pay,
all I mean,
you
I
pay
don't
for.
know.
They shouldn't, but
you
they're
pay
in the
for your
business of
parking
making
on
money, aren't
top,
they?
Like how Have they got security walking up and down, checking on your cars all the time when you're paying that much for parking as well?
I mean, I don't. Obviously, I've never bought tickets to Alton Towers, but I swear it's not too spenny.
It can be.
I don't know if I'll get someone in trouble, but it didn't cost us. If it gets him in trouble, I'm not going to name him, but
Them.
yeah, we'll say thank you.
There's almost always like discounts available, though, aren't there? When
Oh,
if you
yeah,
go,
of
well,
course.
I don't know of
remember-
anyone who's ever paid full price for a ticket.
Yeah,
to,
no,
I
you
swear,
normally
was
get
it,
2 for 1 on
Yeah.
bottles of soap and
On the Cocoa
Yeah.
Pops. Cocoa Pops, you could get a free ticket to Alton Towers. Them were the days. We never went, but
Yeah.
I still cut
I've
them all
taken
out.
you twice.
Yeah, I know. But when they had the things,
I never
On
paid
the
full
Cocoa
price for you
Pops.
when we went.
yeah,
So of course I used
try-
Cocoa Pops
Mate,
or soap.
Cocoa Pops are top tier cereal, by the way. We're talking about food, so cereal. Cocoa
Go on then,
Pops.
what's your cereal of choice?
I don't really have cereal.
Also,
No?
I don't really know. I like if I do.
Crave.
You are Crave.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not sure if I. Oh no, I have had Crave. Yeah, Crave's all right.
Cookies and cream one as well.
I like Crunchy Nut Cornflakes.
Yeah.
Decent.
Crunchy Nut Cornflakes for me.
My if I'm again, we've said this before, if I'm having a cheat day where I know I'm at home or
Yeah.
we're staying around and I know what I can have, it's pretty pre-planned.
Yeah.
And Golden Grahams,
Ooh.
you can occasionally get them in B&M.
Oh, I've not had them in
And
years.
if I see them, I'll buy them in.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell her if you see them, buy them in if she's shopping. And we put them in the
And
cupboard.
he'll
And then
wait.
cheat day, I will eat the box.
Yeah.
And my mouth is so sore afterwards. But Golden Grahams.
Long time since I've had them.
Yeah.
Frosted Shreddies. Love them.
They're all right.
Boring, but I love them.
It's like chocolate Weetabix. I like chocolate Weetabix as well.
Yeah.
That's quite boring, but
Oh, what's the small ones called? Weetabix Minis.
mini Weetabix.
No, they've got a name, and I just can't
Have
remember what they're called. Yeah.
Probably mini Weetabix, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd,
The little circle ones with the chocolate chips in there, good.
Yeah.
not a clue.
Crispy
No.
Minis, that's it. I remember it.
Wow.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
They're the cookie ones.
No, they're little ball of Weetabix with chocolate chips in.
I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen a ball of Weetabix.
I'm going to say I haven't, but I definitely have because I'm there shopping. Putting
Yeah,
it in the
you'll
trolley
have- I
for
was gonna
them,
say you'll
so-
have bought
Weetabix
it, yeah.
Crispy Minis are
Yeah.
a thing. I stand by it. You two are just old.
Okay.
And I can say that. I'm 16 this year.
Yeah.
All right, sure. So the next point will be funny stories.
Funny stories.
Oh no, I've missed one. It's cheat
We're
day or
already on-
whatever,
we're already
whatever
on
you'd,
it. We're already
whatever
on
you'd eat given the choice.
We're already on it.
Of anything given
Like
the choice.
favourite meal, favourite
Okay,
cheat,
well,
whatever.
I'd have it. Probably a curry. I love a curry.
What sort of curry?
Nothing, not too spicy. I'm not a massive spicy person. I don't mind a bit of spice as long as it's like not spice for the sake of spice.
Not spice the drug kids.
Yeah.
No one thought that other than you.
Just putting it out
No
there.
one thought
Just being
that.
a responsible adult.
But,
Other than you.
my favourite place. I've got a favourite curry house in Leicester called Cuisine of India. That does. It's just lovely. So I have. What did I have last time I was there? I had chicken cashew last time I was there, which was really good. With mushroom rice, poppadoms, naans, all that jazz. A few weeks ago. Yeah, curry. I think.
My favourite curry house was in Leicester.
Yeah.
It's closed down now. Gutted.
I think you told me about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, they knew my dad from
Yeah.
way back, and that was amazing. We got a couple of good ones in Lincoln.
We're spoilt. We're definitely spoilt.
Yeah, it's definitely the place to go.
Yeah.
Birmingham's got a few good ones as well. But here we've got Curry Jacks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the big cities have a lot of good food because it's where
A lot of people,
people
are.
will make their businesses with it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Again,
be more
I'm not
excited.
mentioning that place.
Oh, okay.
Because
We've mentioned it twice.
They have been emailed because we got a review. We got a reply on TikTok, and they've been emailed, and they're really slow at emailing back. So until it's resolved,
Well,
I'm going to beep what you said.
feel free.
But when they open and if they sort this out, amazing food.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
ridiculously
can't wait.
good food.
I was looking at. I was literally on the menu yesterday, just having a look to see.
Well, yeah.
To
How
open.
much did you cost? Wait.
Hilarious.
We're the dads and he's got the shit
hilarious. I know
jokes.
he's exactly yeah. And I noticed when you go on, it automatically says, "Oh, nutrition off." it doesn't show you the
man,
number of
it's
calories.
so
You
bad.
turn that on, there's breakfasts on there that are like a full day's worth of
The bacon
calories,
pancakes.
2 days worth of saturated fat.
Yep.
It-
Them
oh,
bacon pancakes. I had them
Proper American
a
style.
few weeks
baby.
ago.
yeah,
By a few weeks, I mean a few months. And
Nice one.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, they can't be too bad. There's only a little bit of bacon there. You're not getting a lot.
yeah,
And the pancakes are a lot of air.
yeah,
Holy shit. It's literally your calories for the day.
yeah.
Them bacon bites.
It's mad. People, even if you're going to beep that, beep who I am. Everyone's just worked out what we're talking about. That we've just said about.
But we
bacon
haven't
stuff.
named them. So
No, true, yeah, true.
That
We're
mosquito was
talking
driving
about
me
McDonald's
mental.
breakfast, by the way. McDonald's hash browns. I don't know how we keep going back in circles. McDonald's hash brown. Fuck. I'm just gonna sit here a second.
McDonald's what was that? I am what?
McDonald's hash browns should be an all-day thing. Fuck you, Fly. Got it.
Well,
Yeah,
McDonald's hash browns should be an all-day thing. I don't know why they're just breakfast. It makes me sad.
I could be on board with that. Yeah,
Hash browns are great. Why?
aren't they just a smashed together chip with a little bit of onion?
yeah,
cooked
but they're
into it?
they're nice.
Yeah, but
they're
they're
good.
nice. And lemon.
And the chips ain't very good there.
Don't hit the mics.
I can't England.
The chips aren't very good at McDonald's, are they? So
McDonald's chips. It depends. It just depends, doesn't it? It's different every time. It's either cold, too salty, no salt, or piss hot.
I tell you what, Guy, Stickman, is the only person I've ever known to put extra salt on McDonald's chips.
Oh.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
No, they're chips.
Pepper on them actually gives them a little bit of flavour.
Yeah,
I know when we've come back from shows and it's like literally all that's there and I've not taken enough food or whatever. Bit of pepper, but then it's just, again, I've said it many times, it's just the sauce.
yeah,
The sauce is the only thing that gives them flavour.
yeah.
I just think... but again, if you can put apple pie in an ice cream, that's
True,
not bad. Or
true,
coffee's not bad from there.
Yeah.
I do like McDonald's chicken nuggets. They're not chicken at all, but they're great.
No,
I
they
don't-
are. They are. Here.
Are they?
Yeah, here
Oh,
they
mint.
are.
Well, that's nice to know. I don't care what they are. They taste nice. So
The meat here is better quality than what they get in America.
they get
'Cause
pigeon
the
over
chicken
there.
there's like brown.
It's still all mechanically reclaimed stuff, isn't it? It's all been
It's all breast.
jet washed off the front
Breast
of
meat.
a lorry or something. That's hit them.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's horrible stuff.
Who cares?
Yeah. Tastes
So
nice.
we'll go to funny stories now because we're talking about being on the road. So any funny stories?
Talking
you've
about roadkill. That's hilarious.
got? I've got a funny story about that.
Oh no.
I can't. I'm struggling to think of stuff. One of the funniest things that, so while I've been at Fight Factory was.
It can be anywhere.
I wasn't. No. One of the funniest things about this is at Fight Factory, I wasn't even directly involved, but it was microphones. I think he was against Flex on his like second match or something, second match.
Yeah.
Very early on.
He had a few matches with Flex, didn't he?
Yeah, he has now. Yeah.
Yeah, he has now, but this was like he'd had his I think I want to say it was his second or third match with him, and it was where the term the chant micro penis had been had
How did that start?
born.
Flex.
Flex.
Was it Flex?
Yeah, it was Flex.
I remember Dutch told me. I told his last name, it's Rapinus. What? My last name is not Rapinus. So for tonight, if we can just give this young whippersnapper his first ever chant, Micro P.
No, don't you dare! No, you dare! No, shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
We can see it as well. We can see it. Them pants don't hide it.
This is the fight champion. This is the man who is carrying the reputation as company, and he's coming. That is not funny. Jokes like that.
Well, I'm sure I heard you say see you next.
And then so that was in Lincoln, and then the week after there was a show in Gainsborough, and we were backstage. I was stood next to Flex, just watching the match because I wasn't reffing. I think you must have been reffing it. And the whole crowd started chanting micro penis again, and Flex just turned and looked at me and went, oh dear.
I think that might be.
I think I might have ruined that boy's life.
That might be one of the only chants that travelled from Gainsborough to Lincoln and then stuck.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm all for it.
I think
It's hilarious.
I refed one of Microphone and Flex's matches, and I ended up singing in it. So that tells you
is
what I
on
need to know about
demand
them.
as well.
Is that on demand?
It is.
That
Yeah.
might have been the one. That could have been.
It probably
the one.
was.
It
Yeah,
was
it's the
at
one
the
you're
X
talking
Church.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the.
You were on commentary for that.
I might have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know, but yeah, he just turned to me and went, "Oh dear, I think I might have ruined that boy's life."
And it still happens.
It still happens.
Still
we're what a
So-
year or so on,
Yeah.
and he's still
Is
getting
it a
it.
year now?
Yeah, I reckon it's about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So again, keep doing it. We're all for it.
that was funny. I was there. At
Say worse.
I was there at the infamous. I was refereeing the infamous camp show with Kieran and Mark with the chair. I was there. That was my first camp show.
What an introduction to camp
Yeah,
show wrestling that
welcome
is.
to camp show wrestling.
What else could go wrong?
Yeah, it was the same show. I was there was the curtain was kind of behind us where we was where behind the ring. I was stood at the back of the ring in the corner where I normally hang out as a ref, and I just felt like I'm getting wet here. What's going on? I was like, I'm getting wet. I thought there was a leak or something. I looked down. You're lying on the floor, Hayden. You're lying on the floor, spraying up at me.
I wouldn't do such a thing. Do you know why I had to stop doing that?
Why?
What I didn't realise is where the curtain was. There was a gap between the room that we were in and the curtain, and I thought it'd been covered over.
Right.
And as I'm spraying you, I noticed you keep looking around. I'm like, hide behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Carry on. And then I heard these kids laughing. It's him. I look up. They're all looking over the balcony at me. I've been caught like, oh no.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to stop that.
Yeah. Good fun.
I'm professional at all times. I
Hey,
don't do
of
such
course,
a thing.
of course.
Of course.
Good fun. I love camp shows. I love the camp shows. That's
Yeah.
so much fun.
Could you define professional? That's the question. That's the question.
Let's move on.
FFW Pro Wrestling and Fitness Centre is the training school for Fight Factory Wrestling UK, based just off Doddington Road near the Birchwood in Lincoln. We offer wrestling training for both adults and children ages 8 years and upwards. We also offer personal training in one-to-one and group sessions, run by a husband and wife team consisting of a level 3 personal trainer and wrestling coach and registered nurse. FFW has been helping people on their fitness journey and producing professional wrestlers since 2013. We focus on your holistic well-being and care with bespoke classes and personal training sessions to suit all. More details of this can be found on our website, fightfactorywrestling.com, or you can send us an email at linkswrestling@gmail.com to get more details.
So, talking of refereeing, you and Scott Bell took
Me.
him under your wing.
We did.
How did you find that?
It was. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time I'd kind of done that sort of thing, and kind of passed on little bits that I'd had kind of passed on to me, and I'm still learning every time I get into a ring, and I'm by no means a perfect example of what a referee should be.
I mean, I think the day you stop learning is the day you need to retire.
I
Right?
completely
Yeah, you
agree.
always
I
learn.
completely agree. So it was nice to sort of do that and see. I've got to put him over now. To see kind of he took to it very very naturally.
Brilliant.
He took to it very naturally. He was very nervous, obviously, and I think the first few times when I was there watching, when you knew I was there watching, it was kind of, he was constantly kind of looking over at us and checking that we were all right. Is everything okay? But once you kind of got out of that, and I was not there with you, it was it was really nice to sort of see. And I remember Scott. So I'd been showing you a few bits in training. You'd done one or two shows, and then Scott joined us for a show, and he watched you. I remember him saying to me, "It's really good for how long he's done it. I'm quite surprised how good he is." So it's it was good. It was really nice to sort of pass that on, and I enjoy doing that. I very much enjoy doing that.
I think again, like, because you did so well helping him out, bringing you into the training and doing a few sessions with the guys, they're really enjoying that as well, because it gives them another way to look at what they're doing, and that appreciation for referees' work. Because I've said it on here before, like, some people don't realise how important the referee is to the match. And when you come in and give your perspective and your way of changing a few things, or make them think, look, if you do this, it works out better for you, it works out better for him, it works out better for her, it works out better for me, and I mean, it opens people's eyes. One of
the guys who came to one of your ref sessions, Nate, he was at the camp show we did. He refed that, and I thought he did a decent job, to be fair.
So I've heard, I haven't seen, but
he did show up with a zip up referee shirt, which is the first time I've ever fully zip up. First time I've ever seen
full
that.
all the way.
Yeah,
zip up. Wow,
fully zip up.
I've
never seen that before.
You expect him to strip halfway through, but he did really well. He took everything on board that you told him. The only few little things was he weren't loud enough, because the audience were quite loud for that.
Because I'm just so good at getting over.
But he
I'm still working. That's something I'm still working on, being loud enough, and for some rooms. So for him to be doing that, he's had a little bit in training, hasn't he? He's done a couple of bits in training, and I've shown him a few bits. So I'm not overly surprised that was something that on his first show he'd struggle with.
But he's like that with his wrestling training as well. Like every seminar he does, every session he does, you can see he takes something a lot. And really again, I'm not just name dropping one person. Obviously we're speaking about him because of the refereeing reference, but taking it on, and you see him implement it next time, and it's really good to see. Like, they'll take little bits from everybody,
and that's something you do. You know, some people will take stuff on. Not everybody will, but it's nice when it's one of the things I really like is if I've watched them kind of do something and give them some feedback, and then see them do another match maybe later on, and they've completely taken on everything that you've sort of, most of the things that you said, and you can really noticeably see that they're thinking about it, and it's kind of settled in. It's really good.
I mean, refereeing, like starting refereeing, really helped with getting into wrestling. Like, it's, you don't think about how much help it is, but it's so helpful.
I think helps if you understand the referee's role, it helps your
But
role.
literally just transitioning from refereeing to wrestling seems way more daunting than it is. But all the stuff you pick up refereeing, whether it's, so you start figuring out, all right, well, we're probably about 6 minutes in here, it kind of feels like that, or some positioning, stuff like that helps so much.
And you've seen, as you've ref matches, you've seen so much stuff. You've seen people doing so much stuff. So all the kind of little spots and little sort of ways to get out of stuff, and little interesting things like that. You might have picked stuff up from other people that you've refed as well. Yeah. So it's another.
And with my refereeing, I've been able to ref and just be in the ring with some incredible talent. So.
But it helps with passing messages on, the confidence to be able to do that so early on. You see a lot of guys coming in early and they are afraid to talk. And I get it. I totally get it. But I think because you're used to message here, message there, message here, message there.
Wow, I'm just going to take a point seeing that. I've just seen one of your eyes get caught by the fly and another one of your eyes thinking.
It helps with the calling of a match. If you know where you're going to be, you're still going to be able to pass on that message to sort of get things over.
The confidence to just call a spot on the fly is, again, something that comes from reffing. Like, it helps so much. Passing messages across, like, whether it's times, whether it's like, sorry mate, you've been cut, unlucky, or go home early, stuff like that. Just the confidence to put a full stop on a match in the refereeing context does help.
Is there any match that you'd really want to, or any person you'd really want to referee for?
Ooh. I've kind of said, I've done. So when I first started, I did a bit of a list of people. I've gone right. I want to ref this person, this person, this person, and some were more realistic than others. And I've been really lucky to have kind of done the majority of that list. I really want to ref Robbie X at some point. I've never ref Robbie X. I've been on shows with him, been sort of on shows with him a few times, but never done his matches. So I've always thought he was brilliant from kind of before I was in. So yeah, I think I'd really like to do a Robbie X match at some point.
Just look at the camera and say, "Oi, Becca, sort it out."
I have texted her. She knows.
That's a song, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it? Yeah. I don't know.
He hasn't had any medication today.
Clearly, yeah.
I don't have medication.
Clearly.
Fucking need it.
Well, maybe I was gonna say yeah.
I'm not going to speak words.
No. So yeah, Robbie X I think is one of the ones that's on my list. I think that I really want to. But I've been dead lucky. I've done some guys that I mean a lot of the people that are on my list were people that I would watch when I was sort of getting into. So they're not I wasn't talking sort of massive huge WWE. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't talking massive names like that. But I've been very lucky. I think to have done a lot of the work with a lot of the guys.
I think it's a weird one because like your general casual fan only will really think of the big names, but there's so much British talent.
There's loads.
Whether it's underappreciated, whether it's undermarketed, you know, I don't know the right terminology that we can use, but there's so much talent that is maybe better than what we see on TV.
Yeah. I don't
on a regular basis.
I don't know whether you would have refed him yet, but Flash Morgan Webster's a real good one to ref.
I haven't. No, he would be on my list as well.
It was a New Wave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Stoke, and I was doing the entire show. It's the first time I've done an entire show, so I was kind of shitting myself a little bit.
Had a bit of a meltdown before, and Flash pulled him aside, and I'd looked at.
He's just great. And like in the match, he'd constantly talk to me and just go, "You're doing well, mate," or stuff like that. And passing notes to him is so easy.
Yeah.
Like he's one of them. You can tell why he's been where he's been.
Yeah.
By just reffing him.
No, he's great. He's great. He definitely would be up there on my list as well.
Well, again, there's another one where we do the odd hire for. So again, if he gets wind of this and wants to bring you down, then
I'm more than happy. I just like getting out there and working with lots of different people. I think it's really important. Certainly when I was first starting, I think I worked about 13 promotions in my first year, just because I just started going out and messaging everybody and going, can I come and ref for you? If you need a ref, I'd be happy to come and have a go. Just because I wanted to get kind of reps in, because I think that's really important in terms of building your confidence, building your knowledge and your abilities. The same wrestling, I suppose.
Yeah, go as many places as you can, learn from as many people.
Exactly, yeah. The more you're working with different people at different places, and just getting as many reps in as you can.
The good, the bad, and the indifferent. You'll learn something everywhere.
Completely. So, I have been very lucky to work with a lot of people and work with a lot of really good talent as well. And yeah, I'm always looking for new players. I'd love to kind of do some of the biggies, the UK sort of biggies, but you know, I'd like to do like your progresses, your ref pros, and that kind of thing. But they've got amazing refs on their show, so it's it's
put it out to the universe.
Yeah, well that's it.
See what happens.
That's it.
What's that?
Manifesting it. Yeah. They've got, like I say, I know they've got fantastic ref teams in place, but it's, you know, if that opportunity was to come, I'd be very happy with that.
Well, we've got Jack Knudsen at the next show.
Yeah.
So, you know, feel free to have a word with him. You know, that's how I think Flash wanted a referee anyway, didn't he?
Yeah.
But that's how Madison got to do photos down there.
Of course, yeah.
So he's one of the coaches down at New Wave as
Yeah.
well. So, but again, if you've got Flash on anything, feel free to drop him a message. He's really, if you've not met him, he's really approachable, really nice guy.
Funny story. I met him once. He was. I went to see I think this would have been about 2018. McFoley came over and did a few question and answer shows and meet and greets and stuff. And Flash was asking him questions. He was the host.
Oh, okay.
I met him at that. That was the. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever met him. He wouldn't know who I was. I was just some pissed up fella who has just met McFoley. I was all like, oh my god. Yeah.
On the flip side to funny stories, have you got any where it's been like, oh shit, this has got a bit too real?
I thought this wrestling thing was fake.
Anything like where you've had to put the brakes on a match?
I did one where I did a match once where a guy I can't remember what he'd done. I think he did like a rolling, kind of did a rolling thing into a DDT. But as he came down, he landed badly on his elbow, and I could see he was in a lot of pain. I really wanted to call that match and end it, and I was that close to, and I kind of said, luckily it was a tag match, so I said to him, look, I says, I'm not going to call it if you get out and you're done. If your partner can basically do the rest of the match. It was a promotion I'd never worked with before, with 3-4 people that I'd never worked with before. So it was tough. I didn't want to,
I think sometimes though, as a referee, you have to have that hat on your head of, I need to protect some of these idiots from themselves.
100%.
Because I am one of them idiots.
100%.
So I can speak for a lot of other people in that.
Exactly. I said to him, right, you're done. Like, I knew they were kind of getting towards the end. I said, right, you're done, and I won't call it, and we can carry on. And then he ended up getting up on the top rope and getting thrown off. Like, I can't do. Yeah, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much you can do.
Any athlete, and again, some people question whether a wrestler's an athlete, but I will say 100% yes.
Of course they are. Yes.
Yeah, there's some people who won't have that.
Yeah.
Some
but
people
fuck them
are
people.
wrong. Yeah. I mean, sure, we'll do that.
Any athlete needs to protect him from themselves because the mentality is keep going. And you can take the piss out of footballers for falling over, but a lot of the time when they fall, it's to protect themselves. So they drop and then they try and win a foul. I know, but again, like to watch a footballer who people think it's just about money, and they're on crazy money, but they're doing it because they want to do it. They're good at it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's anyone who's ever become a footballer because I can't do anything else.
Well, this is the point. They want to keep doing it, isn't
Yeah.
it? So if they get injured, they're going to try. We've seen it at Lincoln a few times where they're hurt and they'll carry on and they'll.
It's the competitive nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
They think if they go out, someone else will come in and take their place.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with wrestling especially.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah. So
Exactly the same.
sometimes that's a horrible position for a referee to be in to say you're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to never have been directly involved in any serious injuries. I mean, in training, someone injured himself in a match I was in, but I think the closest I've ever been was at the show for SOS in Colchester, but I wasn't reffing that.
No, but it still gives you a bit of a, oh, fuck. Like
Yeah.
That moment of...
Yeah.
I think we've mentioned it before,
Yes. Yeah,
so I think we can talk about it. But
Yeah.
it was... When a serious injury happens, whether you're directly involved in the match or whether you're just at the show as a fan or whether you're at the show, because I was just at the show to be there. Really, we were doing the ring hire or cage hire, was it?
No, I think you reffed.
I was out there for a rumble, I think.
Yeah.
But we were doing the cage hire, so I was just like, it was wrestling. Fuck it, let's go watch it. And kind of playing semi-messenger at one point to that was it's so weird, like what it can do to an entire show, just one injury. So I'm very grateful that I've never been involved in any serious injuries directly.
And it's why all refs need to be first aid trained. Absolutely need to be.
I think all wrestlers should be as well.
Yeah. because not all shows have got. I mean, I feel like some of them should have more than they do, but not all shows have, medical people there. So even just knowing that the ref can help if something goes seriously south.
Yeah,
is
even just a basic level of first aid
Yeah.
is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Again, we should try and push that further.
completely. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so important because, like I say, a wrestler needs protection from themselves. But again, if you're one of the other people in there, if you've got a person down, the opponent and the referee are in the ring with you.
You're the first person on the scene, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're the closest there. If something needs to be done quickly,
Yeah,
you need to be there to do it.
yeah, 100%. It's
I know what you're doing.
It's something that is still very ignored in a lot of places. Not everywhere. Again, I'm not going to shame anyone, and some people don't know better and maybe should be clued up, and some people ignore it, and some people have gone above and beyond. It's such a wide,
Yeah.
open market.
Yep.
That, it maybe needs fixing a bit better.
You got some shows that will have, they'll put a paramedic. They'll get a paramedic team there. There's Resurgence that I work with in Leicester. I've just two paramedics on site for every show. It's so comforting knowing that they're there.
Yeah.
So, because that if something does happen, and it has happened, we've seen it. I've seen it at their shows. I've seen someone got basically knocked out. He was badly concussed. Franco Fate got really badly concussed on a bump. Couldn't remember his match when we got backstage.
I mean,
and then also just little thing like cuts opening up and things like that.
there's only so much you can do as a ref with whatever first training you've had.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do because you're never going to be a doctor here.
No,
So
but just having that person
it's
there.
so key. To, I'm not arguing
even here-
against it at all.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not what I'm just saying.
But that's so much can be life saving.
yeah.
Even here, having knowing that Becca's there is massively comforting. So yeah, it's
I think
it's really important.
Again, we're probably not. We don't have a paramedic with a spine board and an ambulance.
No,
here.
but-
we used to have paramedics.
Yeah.
With a spine board, and then we had an injury once, and it wasn't as serious as it first seemed. But the paramedics didn't have the ambulance; they had the spine board, so they mobilised her and everything. And we still sat on the floor for, I think it was 3 hours waiting for an ambulance.
Yeah.
So, it's we've got a pretty good group of trained people
Yeah.
at different levels of training. Could it be better? Yeah. Is there the money for it? No, unfortunately not.
I think
Here.
that's the problem, isn't it?
And again, people in that field with an ambulance, they deserve the money they get, but a lot of British wrestling can't afford that sort of thing because it's a lot of money.
Completely, yeah.
And it's not boxing. We're not charging the money that boxing charges. People wouldn't pay it.
No.
It's certain shows they would, but generally the average show, people can't afford that.
No.
Unfortunately, and it's not trying to say, hey, pay this so we can get this quick. There's none of that either.
No.
Have you got any advice for upcoming referees?
Oh, other than what I've already said in terms of just get out there and get as many reps in, work with as many people as you can, I would say always ask for feedback. Always ask for feedback. It's you don't have to take it, but always ask, because it's so useful having somebody else watch over and have a different pair of eyes looking at your at what you do. I like even now, Scott. Last time we were at the Hex Church and Scott was there. We sat down before the show when after we'd all set up, and we went through one of my matches and went, have a watch of this, and went through, and he did give me some feedback and a few little bits that I can work on. And I think the referee community as a whole is fantastic for that kind of thing. We're all, you'd expect it to be kind of a bit, because there's only so many spots. I suppose it's similar with wrestlers. You'd kind of expect it to be a bit more cutthroat, but it really isn't. I think there's a really good group of referees that are all want to see referees as a whole and refereeing as a whole improve.
Yeah.
And see, and come out the other side of, when we've all done, we want to kind of leave it in a better place than when we came in, I suppose.
Yeah.
That everybody's really good, and everyone's really open with feedback and really willing to help and have those conversations with each other and provide feedback. And people like Tom Scarborough gave me last year. I sent him a few matches to watch over, and the feedback that guy gave me, like, I just had massive messages off him of little things that I'd never think, like, oh, you're standing in the corner before the match, your kind of knees are going, it makes you look a bit like you're a bit nervous. You've got this. It's like, oh yeah, do you know what? I'd never thought of that. So it's like just little things that you'd never sort of think of without somebody else watching it and pointing it and telling you, have you ever thought of doing this? So yeah, I think number one thing for me, I think, is always ask for feedback.
There's a saying out there, and I've heard it a few times in wrestling, and I hate it. And it's don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't ask advice from. And I think it's bullshit. You should take criticism from everyone. You should take everything on board, whether you don't agree or not. You should take everything.
Yep.
You should take all the feedback, all the criticism, all anything, good or bad. You should take it all.
It's the best way to learn.
Yeah,
best way to learn either way, whether it's good or bad.
You shouldn't want to get feedback from people who will go, "Oh, you're great, mate."
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'd prefer someone to tell me if I'd done something wrong. I'd prefer someone to tell me rather than just go, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I did it right."
I think a very British thing is to not want to offend somebody.
Yeah, I get that.
Is that a British thing?
Yeah.
It is.
It is massively. Because there's been times where I'll say something and people are like, "Oh, it's very abrupt or very harsh or whatever," and it's like, "Well, no."
Yeah.
Let's just take someone's acting like a dickhead and I say, "You're being a dickhead."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you can't talk to people like that." Well, don't act like a dickhead, and I won't call you a dickhead. And
I was told not to swear.
That's the same with giving criticism and feedback. That's, look, if you change this and change this, you won't look so nervous. Well, I'm not nervous. Well, why are you getting hurt about the word nervous?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you are, like,
no,
but I have seen that.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people just don't like taking advice or feedback, and some people get upset by it. And again, that's not everybody. But yeah, like, to me, I've said this before, that if a fan gives you something and goes, "Oh, I didn't like what you did there,"
Yeah.
well, we're all working for the fans.
Completely.
They're the ones paying money to watch
but
it.
the fans are the one paying the promoter. So, their opinion has
lot of
some weight behind it.
If they decided, oh well, I'm just not going to go, then nobody's got a platform to perform on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but there's people who don't want to take that on board. So.
Yeah.
And has there been a standout match for you? I know this is like other territory where people ask.
That is one of the fan questions.
Okay, we'll ask it as a fan question then. Let's get the viewers' questions.
We have got, I don't know how much we need to get rid of, but I can see on that camera we've done like an hour and a quarter.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, it's 11 as we
I went to go and get a drink in that time as well before we started, so that took about 5 minutes.
Fan questions, you did send them.
I sent them to you.
This one conveniently from Microphone. What's your favourite match you've ever refed?
So favourite matches for me tend to be ones that have kind of personal significance. So things like the first cage match I did was great. So that was Laurie and Ivy here. Laurie,
Meep.
Whatever. Sorry, Laurie.
You're getting a slap.
Don't kill me. Yeah. Laurie and Ivy was really good. Things like, so when I started, I started when I was I used to go to, I've mentioned Resurgence already. I used to go to Resurgence shows in Leicester before I got into everything, and it was at one of their shows that I kind of decided, do you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give this a go, because if I don't give it a go now, I'll never give it a go. And so to be within a couple of years of going from that to, I then refed their main event in their big anniversary show for the Resurgence title. That was Derice and Mike Bird. That was great. That was another one that I really enjoyed. But it tends to be those big moments. Like I did an Iron Man the other week as well. That was a good one. That's again because it's an Iron Man and it's cool.
Yeah.
So Jack Selstrom and Smashing Mike. That was cool. So it's just it tends to be that kind of thing that I have as my favourite matches.
It really is the big moments you remember. I think it was it Body Slams? It would have been last year.
Oh yeah.
Bar the Rumble, I did the main event because obviously Rumble always most of the time at main events. But apart from the D Mansell Rumble, it was you and Will Jackson for the European title, and I ref that. And it took me like till a few days after I went. As much as it's not main event, I've kind of just refereed the main event of the biggest show of the year, the show that means the most to us as a family as well. And you don't. I think it's the moments where you don't take them in till a few days later, which are the best.
I agree. Yeah, the first time I when Jake and Kieran
you did ref
headline Body Slams, that was that was a biggie for me as well. That was good.
What did you think of that video when you first saw it from that year?
I cry every year. The opening package.
Yeah.
It was the one with Jake. That was the Jake one, wasn't it? Yeah, I was in bits. It's a good job. It's a good job we see that before we see it in the ring. That first match on Body Slams is the one that you never want to do because you've just been in the ring watching that video. And I always try and put something into it as well. So I always try and have a little.
It's always so different as well watching it before the show on.
Yeah.
It gets put on YouTube, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Watching it before the show's a tearjerker, but when you're in the building with all these people who are probably seeing it for the first time and you're around the ring,
it's just an emotional situation, isn't it? And I think everyone's the same. Yeah.
You look across the ring from you and there's one of the biggest, hardest men you've ever seen just in bits at this video. You're like, wow. I always stay backstage for it. I always have. I don't know why, but it's just a thing I do.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go out there. And then, you're on first, mate. Good luck.
Yeah.
We've mentioned this before on the show. I think it was in the episode with Morgan. Poor microphone.
But again, you create a roller coaster when that happened. And again, for anybody who doesn't know, you can watch that on demand and on Lounges TV as a buy it just once.
I think that is on there.
So it's a rough spot to be in, but also like opening the show.
If you can open the show and bring the crowd up from there, I think there's so much reward in there. You know what? You've done a good job there.
Yeah. That's what people say about Mania, isn't it? If you're not headlining it, you want to be first on.
I think that's any show. The two hardest and best spots. First match or last match. I mean, again, I'm happy to be anywhere on a show. Like, hey,
mid-card main event, baby.
Make me any point in the show if I'm on it. I'm just happy to be there.
Playing your part. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Most of the time. I cannot honestly say all the time for those people who chime in and go, "You were an arsehole to me." Well, you were an arsehole, you deserved it. More viewers' questions.
My opinions are different from his. Anyone who wants to book me, please do. Next question. I already know it. I don't need to open my phone. From Alfie Hutchinson. When did you start refereeing? It's a good job we didn't ask that at the beginning.
So I started 3 years ago.
We did?
About 3 years and a month or something like that ago. Yeah.
How many matches have you done in that time?
I think I've not put my last couple of shows on. I've got a big spreadsheet at home because I'm a nerd of all of the.
I wish I did it.
All of the matches I've ever done, and I think I've either just gone over 900 or I'm just about to go over 900. I'm very close.
That's decent.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many I hit when I was refereeing. I think I hit like 100 and something.
It's mad that I would imagine later this year I'm going to hit 1,000 matches.
Yep.
Well, we need to time it so we can have some party cannons next to the ring for it.
Well, I'll let you know. When it's coming.
Yeah, like literally let us know when it's like coming from, and if we can time it so it's one of ours, and we can do.
When we're nearly there, I'll let you know. Yeah, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Make a Japanese show with toilet roll rather than.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, lovely. Just getting covered in bog rolls. What's happening here?
Cheaper than streamers, isn't it?
Someone's got sale on Andrex somewhere. What's going on?
Did that in a match once actually.
Did you?
Yeah, against Flex.
Does not shock me. Yeah.
And then we wrapped them around the ring like it was barbed wire.
Not just because you cheat yourself. No. Okay. Just.
I get stage fright.
Any idea where it seems ridiculous? It's always Flex, isn't it? Always
standard.
Flex.
Any more questions? I think there was another one.
Is
I'm
there?
sure there was. It wasn't a question.
Oh, you haven't sent me it.
Have I not?
You've sent me dishwasher and hang washing out, please.
I'll get straight on it. Yeah.
Right, let me find where this is. It was on Instagram, methinks.
While he's being an old man and trying to figure out phones, there's nothing on the plan that I can nick. How have you been today, mate?
Been all right, yeah. So a bit of training, yeah. Done all right.
Yeah, I mean the tag match we just did at training would be a flex match, wouldn't it?
I don't know. A bit of something match.
So I've got it.
Match.
It's from Nick Towers at Work the Left Side. And it just says, Danny Marks, what a guy, no questions, just appreciation.
So you've said you found a question.
Well, I
and
said it wasn't
literally
really
says,
a question, did I?
No questions.
But it's still appreciation.
Thank you, Nick.
Much
Appreciate
deserved
that.
as well, yeah.
And again, I say it, but I think some people do underappreciate referees, and we appreciate your work, so appreciate helping him get his foot into it as well.
They don't appreciate my work, though.
Rotten.
Yeah. Shit.
Because he got into the thing of trying too hard to make people giggle and break character and corpsing and stuff like that. So shit out.
Yeah, he does that, and he does that in my ear as well. So yeah, I know what he's like. Yeah,
Obviously.
Who would do such a thing?
I know. What an horrible thing
Who
to
would
do.
ever teach me to do that?
I know. Horrible.
Awful. So that's the viewers' questions, and if I've missed one, I'm really sorry. Oh no, I have missed one. We have missed one. Nikki Smith's.
She hasn't sent one.
She has. She did send it.
Has
So
she?
you know what it is.
Oh.
You know what it is. You may as well
No,
ask.
I'm just going to double check. Do you know,
I don't know where it went. Just ask. It definitely went to
I need to
Facebook.
go
but
through the whole login to the Facebook. as
You
well.
don't.
I don't know what I would call my left and right toes. If that's
That
what
is
you're
the
about.
question.
Yeah.
What are you going to call your
I can't.
toes?
I don't know. I
Actually, no. Question's different this time.
Oh, okay.
It's not what would you call them. It's just toes. The question
Oh.
is just toes, question mark, with a foot emoji.
Yes. Yes, I have toes. Yes.
But what are you calling them? That's what she
I
really
don't
wants to
know.
know.
I don't know. I was
Yeah, I
again.
mean, you've got the opening line for it because it's drawn on the picture. Not this picture, but the original picture I drew of you.
What? Danger
what
and mouse.
Danger Mouse. Yeah.
Mole and man.
I think you find Penfold isn't a mole.
Oh, is he not?
He's a hamster.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
So we've got pen and fold.
really?
Genuinely,
How
he's a
many
hamster.
times have you been called Mole
I
Man
have
to
been
defend
called that a lot of
yourself?
times. And which,
Mole
yeah.
Man Simpsons, isn't it?
Yeah, Mole Man Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Mole Man and Penfold or Pen and Fold?
Yeah, Mole Man and
Pen and
Penfold. Yeah, go
Fold.
for it. Go for it. Why not?
I'm answering your questions now. Do you?
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Kids cartoons are great, aren't they? Just not relevant to anything, but Danger Mouse, isn't it?
Danger Mouse was all right. Yeah.
I mean, you watch Ninja Turtles still, so.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles is cool as fuck. So's Thundercats. So's Ghostbusters.
Spent however much on
I
a
used to look-
sword.
I used to love Danger Mouse when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was all right.
Not because I was in it. Thanks very much.
I didn't say anything.
I used to like it so much I turned into it.
Do you know when your mum had used to tell you, "Oh, don't eat that many bananas, you'll turn into one." I think that she should have told you to stop watching Danger Mouse.
Don't
mate.
eat so many hamsters. You'll.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you got up to as a child. You never know.
Well, I don't know if that's cancel territory.
Is that
either.
it? Yeah.
It's
What,
animal
eating
abuse or
hamsters?
That's
something.
it, yeah.
How's that cancelable?
Because it's animal abuse. And he's
Yeah,
not-
because he's definitely just sat there scranning hamsters the second we turn the camera off.
You'll have no vegan fans left.
Keeping quiet. Okay, so now we're at the Hall of Fame. So in your ideal Hall of Fame, you've got a personal people and a moment.
So, is this got to be wrestling wise or?
Doesn't have to be. It can be
Okay.
absolutely anybody. It's your personal Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm going to say I'll do a wrestling one and a non-wrestling one then. So, non-wrestling, I'm going to take the easy route. I'm going to have to say my wife and my son actually because they are incredibly patient with me.
It's two
and-
people you're cheating.
Yeah, all
bastards.
right. Oh, I'm going to name a third in a minute. Because they are incredibly patient with me and letting me disappear at weekends to count to three and tell off the naughty men as my son refers to it.
Naughty man.
Genuinely what I used to refer to it as when I was. You gonna go and tell off the naughty men, Daddy? Yeah, I am. Yeah. So yeah, they're incredibly patient and letting me go and live out this is amazing.
God, they've let you live out this dream, and you've ended up sat on a sofa.
Exactly,
talking
yeah.
to us pricks. How's
The
that
dream,
happen?
yeah.
How's that happen?
The dream. And wrestling wise, Mick Foley. I've always been a massive Mick Foley fan from when I was little. Always been a big Mick Foley fan. And moment wise, probably if I had to pick like a match, if that's kind of what you were getting at with moment.
No, any moment.
Oh, okay.
Any moment.
Oh, I don't know then. I don't know. I don't know what to say. We'll go with the match. We'll go with the match. So my favourite match is Cactus Jack Triple H Royal Rumble 2000.
That's the one where the wood went in the leg,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah. It's like my comfort match. I go and watch. I watch it again. It's like with the films.
Comfort match, and there's just a massive gash wound on his
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it wasn't very comfortable for Triple H, but
So some people say their wedding day or something like that, and you're gonna say.
I mean, yeah, I thought we were going wedding wise, wrestling wise. Shit.
I just love throwing people under the bus.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Yeah. Shall we listen to this as well?
You hope.
No, I mean, it's kind of, we didn't want to be just a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
So it is open to anything, but again, most people are going to talk wrestling. So that's totally cool. And
Graps, brother.
It'd be next the blackballing. So if you could get rid of something from life, anything at all, or even wrestling.
Again, I've gone wrestling when I was thinking about this. Politics.
Wrestling politics.
Wrestling
Backstage
politics. I can't be arsed.
Just
Politics
effort,
between people, between wrestlers, politics between promotions, politics between promotions and people. I can't be arsed. And there's a lot of it. So I'd get rid of that, I think.
Yeah, some of it's completely unnecessary. Some of it is totally needed.
Yeah, some of it probably is.
But most of it is just, we're not 4 years old.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Exactly that.
But the worst bit about it is
British wrestling and 4-year-olds.
I understand like someone venting about something.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of it. Like, this pissed me off, motherfucker, whatever. But it's not like I want you to pick a side. And there's been some times where I'll be like, you really shouldn't be there because of this serious allegation or whatever.
Yeah.
But some people just literally try and form gangs about it.
So that's different to what the kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some real childish bollocks.
There is,
some people may say some of the stuff that I may have said has been childish, but like really, when you look at some of it, oh, he upset my make-believe character. You can't be friends with him.
Yeah.
And she agreed with him, so you can't speak to her either.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yep.
We're playing a character. It's not a personal dig. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah. It happens. I know it happens, and there's
Wrestling,
there
brother.
will never be a situation where it's going to be got rid of. But
I'm just noticing how low the battery is on that camera.
Yeah, but we're at the last bit.
It's good.
So, and that's anything you'd like to plug.
anything I'd like to plug? Not really. So my socials, I'm at Ref Danny Marks on Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever it's called.
I won't be putting the X one in there because I don't understand it, but I'll put Instagram,
Fine.
Facebook.
Well,
I don't really use X very much.
type, yeah, they can figure it out.
I'm Danny Marks, pro wrestling referee on Facebook. Obviously next Fight Factory show, Booker Morgan with the best poster and concept. Again, I'm putting him over and I hate it, and I'd rather stick pins in my eyes and do that again. But it is brilliant. I've had people that don't know really anything about Fight Factory, who've just seen stuff I've posted on Instagram, contact me and go, "Oh my god, that's brilliant."
I'm asking for a cut of just the show profit. Cheers.
Gotta hope there is some profit.
Yeah, there's that, and then next two shows for me are I've got a weekend off this weekend, which is nice. But weekend after that, I've got Resurgence on the Saturday,
Which will be this upcoming Saturday.
this upcoming Saturday because it's coming out on Sunday, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the 14th, and then FTGU in Birstall on the Sunday on the 15th.
Cool. Tickets available for them?
Tickets well for both of those. FTGU is down to the last couple. They might have gone by the time this goes out. We'll see. But yeah, tickets available for both of those. Be good to see people.
Mum's messaged you. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I know, but she's probably also watching on the camera up there. So, hello. Right, well, thanks very much for your time. It is quite late.
No worries, thank you for having me.
God, it's coming up to midnight.
God, you're going to be home at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, I will be, yeah.
Getting a Tim Hortons.
No. I won't sleep.
You can get some donuts.
Nah, not this time of night. Right, it's down to you to sign off.
Bye.
Properly.
We've already plugged the show. They already know what they're doing with liking and star ratings and whatever. I don't know what that
They
is.
don't, because they might be tuning in just for Danny.
Yeah, they could be. That's
Or
a
this,
realm of
or this might be
possibility.
your lowest rated, lowest.
I think my
podcast.
one's the
His one
lowest
is so
rated
far.
Oh, okay,
because
fair
I'm
enough.
a boring bastard when I'm the one being asked questions, and I've never done anything like that before. So way to throw me under the bus, you bastard. You can go back and watch all episodes on our YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify,
You can watch them on Spotify and listen.
Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Amazon Podcasts. Yeah, I'm learning.
Nailed
I'm
it.
a genius. Give it 5 stars or like it or whatever the review system is and all them apps. Leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. And you know what? Put some guests you'd like to see on the podcast, some British wrestlers, big or small, and you can see what we can do because I ain't doing that.
Cool. Right, thanks for watching and listening.
Adios.
Bye.